folks. Welcome back to the Andrew Walker Show. This is episode 5, which we like to call Oktoberfest because it's that time of year. There's a little bit of nip in the air. The kids are well back in school. And we have the best holiday coming up soon, Halloween. So yeah, we're going to be just talking about celebrating a little bit of Oktoberfest, that great German festival. And once again, I'm your host, Andrew Walker. And we have a couple guests with us today. Our first guest is Helga Handrick.
Handrick, yes.
Is it Handrick or Handrick?
Handrick.
Handrick. You gotta roll the R, right?
I guess. Yeah.
You guess.
I guess.
It's your name. You gotta tell me.
I've been drinking all day, so I'm having a good time.
At that point. So Helga, why are you on the show today?
Oh, just to spread some cheer and hope that everybody is joining on the Oktoberfest, the beer gardens, and having a great time.
All right.
You know, we wean our babies to beer. So,
I've heard.
Yes.
The drinking age is like 16 in Germany.
Yeah, we don't even pay attention.
You don't even pay attention.
No.
All right, our next guest, Franklin Foamy. How's it going, sir?
It's going great.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. You have a little booklet thing.
The men's
what is that?
underwear repair kit. That's right. And it's got an instruction manual. We'll get into this a little bit later. It's for all the people that go to Oktoberfest and may have a blowout or something, drinking too much beer.
Yeah, can do that.
Yeah. They either swell up or blow out.
Yeah.
All right. And then our third guest, Mr. Shane Schwab. He's a musician, and later on he'll be performing a couple songs, one cover and one original. How you doing, Shane?
I can't complain, even though if I do complain, then who the heck is going to listen?
Did you say something?
See, he pretty much proves my point.
Yeah, Shane, is fall your favorite time of year?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got the weather getting a lot chillier, which I tend to enjoy.
Yeah,
you
me
got
too.
football, whether it's high school football or college
Go
football.
Lions!
Lions football.
And our other boys in blue, the Tigers, they made it to the second round of the playoffs.
I did see that. That's going to be...
For the first time in 10 years. That's
probably the first time.
Although they wasted a lot of beer at the celebration.
How much is a beer at Comerica Park these days?
I don't know, $15.
Yeah, at least $15 for like a 12-ounce. It's
I
crazy.
thought it was $17.50.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
I get all the free beer that I want to. So.
All right, great.
Yes.
All right. Helga, let's talk to you for a second. So, what city in Germany are you from? Let's start there.
Well, I'm half American and half German. So my mother was in Frankfurt, and a lot of the American soldiers are stationed in Frankfurt.
That's true.
So that's why I've been here for a long time. So, but I really don't know what happened to him.
To
my father.
Your father?
Yes.
He was the one in the army.
Yes.
So was he stationed there during? Obviously, would have been during the Cold War when we had like 100,000 troops there. Maybe.
A little bit later.
She doesn't remember. She was a baby. She was a baby.
After the Cold War?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So it's, but it was beautiful there, and my mother, because of my citizenship, we came back here, and I've been here for a while and spreading the cheer.
Spreading the cheer.
Yes.
Mr. Foamy, now, is that your real last name, or did they change it to Ellis Island?
They changed it at Ellis Island.
What was it originally?
Womalaski.
Oh, okay.
Womalaski. That's Polish.
Is it Polish?
Polish, yeah.
All right.
So did you grow up in Hamtramck?
I did grow up in Hamtramck.
All right, fantastic.
And
have you been to the Polish Kitchen restaurant there? It is amazing.
Yeah,
Vinny knows. Cameraman Vinny knows.
That's where I got my start with this, because if I went to the Polish Kitchen
and people were just blowing out.
Oh, they're blowing up left and right. I mean, I first noticed. A guy went out on the sidewalk and boom, he blew out right there. I'm like, somebody's got to do something about this. So I come up with I'm sorry, I'm gonna push this thing because
this
is it.
I want people to promote their stuff, promote the music, promote this, promote the spreading of joy and cheer.
Right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, musicians don't have as many blowouts because
why is that?
Because they
how
talk
would you
a
know?
lot. They sing. Well, that's my business. Underwear blowouts and rips and stains. Okay, there's a 12-step instruction manual. Okay,
Whoa.
We got stains right there. elastic, if you eat too much at Thanksgiving or just eat too much in general, you just can tighten up your elastic. Duct tape, if you're hanging too low, you can tape up the bottom of your underwear. You know what's happened to you, right?
We don't even need that. We put all of our men in wool.
Oh,
wool
okay.
undergarments.
Wool tights.
Yes, they don't
Men in
need
tights.
any of that.
Got it. So then there's a stain thing, for the little stain that guys get. I'm not going to go into that.
There's two stain thing. There's a thing that looks like whiteout.
Right, that's for big stains, and this is for the small stains. So if you're bigger, you have a bigger stain. If you're small, you use the tiny one.
Now, when you put it in the washing machine, does that stuff come off?
No, it stays right on there.
It's like
well,
permanent?
this washes out because it washes the stain out. Okay, this guy here glues on, and then you got a double layer of protection.
Okay.
Okay.
It must be made out of wool. The patch, it must be made out of wool because it doesn't stain.
Right. It's like not stainable. Okay.
But that's what it's
when
called,
I say protection, I don't mean use this as birth control.
Oh no.
Okay.
No. Well, we in college used as a end of a trash bag and a rubber band. So. Yeah.
For her pleasure.
Yes.
Even I am speechless on that.
It's glad bags for her pleasure.
For her pleasure.
Sorry, guys.
GBFP.
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 1999 at a Meijer near you.
Oh, you're going to go in business against me? I don't think so. No. This is the real thing. I'm backed by, I went on Shark Tank. I got funded. So
Well, one's for her pleasure and one's for his pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah, one's warm, one's cool.
I beg to differ, but having a hole in your undies, front or back, is not really pleasurable, is it?
Well,
Oh, you're the musician. You never get one of those.
All right, so I was going to make a personal connection to Frankfurt. When I was 17, a junior in high school right here at Lake Orion, I was taking a German language class. And the teacher asked, hey, would anybody like to take part of our student exchange program? Guess who raised their hand
wow.
before anybody? And I was the only person in the class that did it. So I flew the summer of 2002, right when school got out, I went over and flew into Frankfurt and stayed with a kid and his family for a month.
Wow.
Summer. Yeah, it was great. He lived in a small town halfway between Frankfurt and Cologne.
All right.
And that was the first time I had one of these. Vinny, can we get a zoom in on this? Very tasty. Kinder Bueno. Now you can get it here in the U.S. But back then, I don't believe 22 years ago, there was no Kinder here. Same with Nutella. I had never seen Nutella until I went to Germany. Now, there might have been in like the fancier places like Whole Foods or something back then, but that was the first time I saw
What
Nutella.
does it say? Bueno.
Right, yeah, so it's like, this is Spanish for
That's
good,
what I thought.
Right.
but this is a German company.
Germans taste
Globalism,
good.
right?
The
So
Germans
they
taste good.
export it from Germany to Mexico,
Yeah.
and then
Then they put the
just-
wrapper on.
Then
Exactly.
they put the
Put the
wrapper on.
wrapper on.
Okay.
Then they send it to Spain, and then they stamp Bueno on it. Then they send it to America.
Okay.
Yeah, and this costs $26, folks.
Hey,
So
do you
that's-
think they could do that? You're in the music business. You think they could do that with some of our rappers?
Oh,
Send them to
easily.
Spain and then over to Mexico? Stamp them in the forehead?
like Drake?
Ah,
yeah.
yeah.
Send Drake to Spain, then
Yeah.
send him to Mexico, clean his head a little bit, and then
Yeah.
send him up here.
And then we'll sew his underwear too.
Right.
You know, it seems like the new norm nowadays when it comes to how we get our exports and imports in. So, yeah, chances are that underwear repair kit, it'll probably do like massive wholesales
Ooh.
in Germany.
Whole.
I like that.
Sale.
Yes,
Wholesale.
do that.
Wholes.
That
I
might,
got it.
They might like to try something different. It's obviously not going to sell very well in Scotland because they don't wear underwear.
Oh, that's really, yeah.
That's
You know.
true.
It's
That's
a kilt,
true.
and if
So-
the wind blows, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, we haven't tried yet, but that's, very good.
Yeah.
Very good marketing there.
Yes.
Don't go to Scotland.
Don't go to Scotland.
Okay.
But it is a lot colder in Germany, and they're a little uptight, and they maybe they'll change from wool to your sissy cotton.
Yeah, they can be used on lederhosen.
They could be used on lederhosen.
You know, how about instead of don't go to Scotland, is don't go under Scotland?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I like that. I was thinking about not going under Scotland. That was like my first thing ever. I'm like, when I go to bed at night, don't go under
Don't
Scotland.
go under Scotland.
Don't go under
That's what I
Scotland.
think.
Now, Shane, let's talk to you a little bit. I always love having musicians on my show because I love to ask them these questions. So, when you were a kid, what were you listening to? Because I know, at least most people I talk to, and for myself, what you listen to when you're a kid, up until at least like age 13 or 14, that pretty much gives you your DNA for your creative and musical output. So what was playing on the house when you were a kid, or in the car with your parents?
Well, I'm glad you say when the age 13 and 14, because you're absolutely right on that. I'm pretty sure it's around that age where I start to pretty much find my own personality within that type of music. But back then, I was pretty much listening to a bunch of stuff from country music to pop music, pretty much all over the place. But it wasn't until I was like 13, 14 years old when I pretty much got into like hard rock, heavy metal. I was pretty much more of your metal snob, if anything else, when it comes to high school. Pretty much started from like 3 Days Grace and then moved myself up to like Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine. Those are like my bands in middle school. One of my biggest ones is Linkin Park.
Oh, yeah. So. They just got a new singer. I forgot her name. And what band is she from?
Emily Armstrong, and she's from the band Dead Sarah.
Yeah, okay. I heard the new song. Not a big fan, but hopefully they can... They're going to put out a new album, right?
Yeah. My point of view from that is that, when Chester died in 2017, it pretty much crushed all of us.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like if you just went through that tragedy through probably 3 or 4 months and then instantly move forward into something new, nobody's going to like that.
Right.
So
it would be kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I heard fans that are saying things like, "This is still disrespectful. Like, put some respect in Chester's name." But
I heard his son said that.
Yeah, his son said that. Heard something about his mom where he said, where Chester's mom said that she didn't get any input into this until the moment it already came out. But it's one of those things where it's like, is this like some sort of situation where you can truly separate the artist from the art without it like ruining your aspect of Linkin Park? Mm-hmm. I don't really think so, because it's been it's been like 7 years since we lost Chester, and I know there are some fans out there that are just like kind of wishing that Linkin Park would come back and all that. Probably wanted something to do, because there has been like a whole lot of rumors about this new singer coming along. One of them I heard was Derek Whibley from Sum 41, because Sum 41 is having their little retirement tour. Okay. But that never came to fruition. But as soon as I heard the new lead singer, I honestly thought that she was like a guest performer for Linkin Park. But then I heard their first single, and then I heard that she's the new lead singer of it. Yep. At this point, I'm just like, well, as long as the music is good, then I can't seem to find anything to argue about.
Right, and it's like what people complain about that now they're getting back, putting new stuff out. It's like, do you not want these guys to play music again the rest of your life? It's like, come on, they've been a band since before, I don't know, 99 or 98.
Right.
They've been around forever. Yeah.
And there's also this old saying goes where when it comes to retirement in music, that's pretty much non-existent. I mean,
unless your voice goes out like Steven Tyler.
Right.
Aerosmith, they recently threw in the towel because his voice is gone.
Well, Mick Jagger's still going.
Mick Jagger's still going at 125 years old.
The Steven Tyler, a very long career.
Did you have a crush on him when you were a little girl?
I learned to appreciate him. He was a very handsome man. Did not stay quite so handsome.
He's got like really big lips and like little beady eyes.
But you know what? He is funny. He's funny.
Is he?
He's funny and got swagger still. But I don't know. I kind of have a thing for Bruce Springsteen.
The boss.
Yes.
The boss.
Yes.
The boss.
Right, speaking of music, we're going to take a quick break, and Shane is going to play a cover song for us, folks. And we'll be back in a moment. But first,
my commercial.
We're going to do a commercial.
I paid big money for this.
Put the camera on.
There we go.
Mr. Foamy.
You can zoom right in if you'd like.
Yeah, we're just going to keep it on camera too.
All right, here we go.
Shot, yeah.
All right. I just wanted to see it, trying to get all my marketing dollars in.
Yeah.
Okay, if you got a hole, if you got a rip, if you got a stain, you can do a zip. Men's underwear repair kit, available now. Ciao.
Excellent, Mr. Foamy, excellent. All right, folks, and with that, we'll be back in a flash. All right, folks, we're just going to take a break from our interview, and we have a song here from Shane. Shane, can you tell us a little bit about this song?
Yeah, this is a song called Born and Raised. It's from a band called Alexis on Fire. And I've recently heard this song about a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact. They released something on Spotify where it's like an acoustic version of some songs that they did before they broke up the first time. But as soon as I heard it, I'm just like, yeah, this is something that sounds like it's up in my ante. So
Great. Yeah, great band. The singer Dallas Green, he did City in Color, that side project, and I've seen him live. Great vocalist. Yeah, great band. All right, Shane, take it away.
All right. All blossoms die in the light of our new culture. Find your belief in that which cannot be discovered. Countless lessons lie in every fever dream. A million voices asking, what does it all mean? I lost all direction. I have lost all my direction. Now I wish that I could have believed. Escape, escape, nature's indifferent hand. Retreat, retreat to the bliss of our creation. We were born and raised to live beyond, left and weight of a world undone. Like a bird from the north, our hearts will roam in search of warmth. Two hands come together to pray for greater yields. Two poles of a compass guided by a field. In the mind of every man, to-go stands. Was this place made, or was it here by chance? I've lost all direction. I have lost all my direction. And now I wish that I could have believed, Escape, escape, nature's indifferent hand. Retreat, retreat to the bliss of our creation. We were born and raised, live beyond, left and weight of a world undone. Like a bird from the north, our hearts will roam in search of warmth. Uncountable numbers written in new fallen snow. I can hear the claws of the beast tapping at my window. Nihilist sleeps, and his dreams he sees God's face. Realize even disbelief requires a leap of faith. From birth to death we search for what's yet to be known.
We hope and pray and ask, but we have never shown. We were born and raised, live beyond heft and weight of a world undone. Like a bird, the north from the north, for warm hearts will roam in search for warmth. We were born and raised, We were born and raised, We were born and raised, We were born and raised,
Great job, Shane. Great job. Now, I have a question. Is the band called Alexis on Fire or Alex is on Fire? Because it's all smushed together.
So if you call it Alex is on Fire, then expect a couple of people with torches and pitchforks in order to come by. It's Alexis on Fire.
Okay, great. Good to know.
I'm glad that I've only made that mistake once, and then as soon as I heard what it's called, I'm like, never again.
And then you got taken to the hospital, and yeah, okay, great. All right, folks, and we'll get back to the interview right now. All right, folks, wasn't that a great performance by Shane? Welcome back. We're just talking to Helga Handrick, Franklin Foamy, and Schwabo Wabo. Now, do a lot of people call you Schwabo Wabo?
So the nickname originates when I first went into the studios of a little radio station called Solid State Radio, which is up in downtown Lamphier. And I went in there. One of the hosts over there, she hosts the weekend. She used to host the weekend. Now she hosts the overnights over there. And she and I have been very good friends since high school. So I had a chance to meet up with her for the first time in I think it was probably around 2 or 3 years or so.
All right.
And so we were just chit-chatting around, and my nickname in middle school when I was playing football used to be Schwabi. But by the time that I got into the studio, she started calling me by Shane Schwab Wabo. And for some reason, that nickname pretty much hits to the point where I started calling myself that. The boss at Solid State Radio started calling me that. Everybody in Lamphier in the Metamora area started calling me as Schwabo. The owner at Cascade and Lounge in Metamora, he was trying to get my name right, but he botched it up the first time, and he was like, Shambo, and all of a sudden Shambo became the thing at Cascade and Lounge. Every time I came up here, I would see him, and he'd be like, "Oh, what up, Shambo?" And I'm like, "Nice to see you too, Troy." And pretty much it's been Schwabo all the way up until 2023 when I got myself into sobriety, where I started. People usually call me as Shane or Shano. Almost like back when I was in high school.
All right.
Some people still call me Schwabo. People at the radio station still do. A couple of other people do. People at the church started to come up into it. Mm-hmm. As far as I know.
Mount Zion. You go to Mount Zion?
Yes.
Just a couple minutes from here. Big church.
Yep.
I know tons of people that go there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's just been a huge hodgepodge of all these different names that people would come up with, because you got Schwabo and then Shambo and then Schwabi. Then all of a sudden, it's just a bunch of random, probably one and dones. Somebody was I remember being on the phone, and then one friend's like, "Shady Pookie Bear, how you doing?" I was like, "What did you just call me?" And where did I get that reference from? It's pretty much more of that Gen Z slang that I never gotten myself around towards. By the time that I started going to church and started hanging around with a bunch of people right around my age gap is really when that type of vocabulary I start to get exposed from, and I pretty much know no context of it whatsoever. So every time I hear some sort of slang, Oh my gosh, I kind of sound like my mom or my dad when they started saying things back in their time. I was like, yeah, I can see why it's your time, but it's like 2024. Why are you still saying it now? But then I keep on hearing all this stuff like Sigma or Skibbity and all that. At this point, I'm just like, oh my gosh, what has social media done to our own vocabulary?
Right. All right, folks, and there's going to be a test after this, so I hope you remembered everything that Shane just said, because it was a lot.
Shamble wamble.
Swabble wobble. Swabble wobble.
So
Along with
what position did you play in high school for football?
It was middle school, and I
middle
played left guard and defensive tackle.
Very cool.
And
Very cool.
There was one time where I played, it was either safety or cornerback. I can't remember from the top of my head, but I think I played like 2 plays in a scrimmage, and one of the plays I nearly intercepted the ball, but it was at that point where I have no idea how to catch. So every time that I touched the ball, it would like bounce off my hands, and the coach would be going at me, going like, "You do this, not do this," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm not good under pressure." So I did like 1 year of football, and then as soon as that happens, it was like, okay, let's see what else is going around.
Sure.
And I have some times where even during football seasons where I was watching the Lions or the Wolverines, I take a look at that and I was like, man, if I was in like better shape in middle school and high school, I'd probably be a lot better.
That would have been you playing at the big house.
It should have been me.
Yeah.
But I felt like I put in my own personality and my own identity towards the music that I played for the last couple of years. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot better if I stick around in that range. I mean, I still do a couple of sports. Like I do a couple of rec sports along the sides, almost like, the game pickleball.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I pretty much do that. Yeah, get your mind out of the gutter. I know what he was thinking.
I wasn't thinking anything. I was going back
Very
to the
cool.
football thing because this is very popular with the Lions.
Yeah.
If you go into the locker room, you'll see them
So-
all up on the shelf.
I saw on Channel 4 News that you helped Jared Goff when
Yeah.
he had a blowout on the last game. Can you talk about that for a minute?
All right, that was a really risky maneuver because at halftime we had to get him in there and bend him over, and we had to sew. All right, he had a bad
there's
blowout.
pictures
Right,
in here, yeah.
the appreciation. We gave him the
Yes.
appreciation,
Yes.
and he went back in because his underwear really kind of looked
Kinda-
like that.
Oh,
yes,
they were
man.
they were like that. So we did the stain removal, we did the elastic, we did the little thing on the top, and then we duct taped him up higher. Okay, so if you notice, he was speaking in a higher octave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
33, right? Okay, so but they won the game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take
And
partial credit,
He was 18 for 18 in those
Yeah.
past.
That's amazing.
partially because of
100%.
this
Yeah,
product.
that's the
Here,
first time that's
put
ever
it in front
happened,
of you
as
so
far
they
as
can see it.
This is
There you go.
wonderful.
Got it? Okay.
Wonderful.
Oh, nice.
Men's
Now you
underwear repair kit.
Yeah.
What's the MSRP on this bad boy?
MSRP $49.95, but well worth it.
$49.95.
It'll last a lifetime.
Cool. Where can people find it?
You can find it at Walmart. You can find it. I've got a stand set up down on Cass Avenue in Detroit, right by the abandoned buildings. So I'm selling it there. It's very, very popular because some people can't afford new underwear, and some people take them off right there,
Yeah.
standing in the nude over the steamy sewer, and we repair it. We charge $49.95 to do the actual repair also.
And when they do that, you're just like Michelle Tanner on Full House. How rude.
How rude! Yeah, it is a little bit rude and at times smelly, but it's part of the job.
All right. On the show, we like to play a game called Would You Rather. I'm going to ask you 2 different things of which one you would rather do, and you have to answer, and you have to justify your answer. Who would like to go first?
Let's start
Schwabo?
with the end and work our way forward.
Schwabo. Would you rather live to be 200 years old back in colonial times or live in normal lifespan today?
At this point, looking at all the history that's been going around, and you said 200 years, so I can pretty much survive any different type of
Survive anything.
different type of event that happened like from the past 200 years. It probably got me a lot better grade of history back in high school too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And if you got scurvy, it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't even need to eat an orange. You would still survive. If you got shot by an arrow by a Cherokee, you'd still survive.
Yeah, you just look like a scurvy, just shot person.
Yeah.
I can think of the many different types of changes that I can make in my character with that plenty of time. So figures that by the time that we get from 200 years, that would be from
1824 till today.
1824.
Was there a guitar back then?
I'm pretty sure there was some sort
In
of
some
musical
form.
There's
instrument
lots
back
of
then.
music back then.
Oh, okay.
So thinking about that, that sounds completely interesting. You could probably see me from 1824, so what happened during that time. Because
Civil War.
all I can think about was the Civil War for starters, but I'm trying to think of what happened before then, which is probably the reason why I didn't do as well as history class then. I should have. But from the Civil War all the way up to current times, I'd probably say hello to Abraham Lincoln and probably be his own little...
You could tell him not to go to the Ford Theater that night.
Yeah,
That would change the world.
I would probably tell
That
him,
was-
hey, the play rescheduled.
was
I'm playing over there.
1865.
It'll be best.
Right.
It'll be best that you don't listen to the type of music that I'm probably got to play over there. It'll probably say something.
Or you could have sat in his place, because you wouldn't have died. You could have got shot and not died.
There you go. There you go.
Great.
Yes.
All right.
Take one for the team.
Helga, the next question to you. Would you rather have a large painting of yourself or have a life-size sculpture of yourself?
Well,
Well, why'd you give me that look?
then I would have to say a large painting. I think because I'm big enough as it is, and at least at one angle I'll be skinny.
All right.
So yes, I think a large painting because I'm a big, bold, beautiful woman,
Big, bold,
and I
beautiful
want
Helga
to have a
Handrick.
beautiful colored portrait on the wall.
Yes.
So
I like it. Mr. Foamy, would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long? So another lifespan question. Win the lottery or live twice as long?
So that's a multifaceted question. Because
it?
how much would I win in the lottery?
25 million
Okay.
and 22 cents.
live twice as long.
So the average male lifespan's what, 78, 79, 80? So let's say you lived 160 years.
160, 25 million. Nah, I'm taking the 25 million. I'm going to blow it all before I hit that 76, did he say?
78, 79,
78.
80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to blow it all.
I think I would too. I would get the money rather than, but that's the thing, you're not
Now, is that 25 million before or after taxes?
before.
Oh,
So you
that's
get
like 2 million.
No, it's like 16 or 17.
Oh, you've
Yeah.
won it before.
yes, but then you don't know what your quality of life.
That's what I was gonna say. You know, no one's guaranteed tomorrow. You don't know. You know.
So they're going to put me in a nursing home at 80. Then I got to spend
No, they're
another
gonna put you in a
80
nursing
years.
home at 66.
66.
Right.
Hey, I make the rules here.
Wait a minute. That's a perfect place for me to go. Everybody who's going to need this because
Yes.
their nursing homes
Oh
are
man,
too cheap to buy underwear.
You could-
lots of stain.
you know what? And you could charge more than the MSRP because it's all Medicare.
Medicare.
Right.
And you could charge them like $500.
Right. I could charge by each section of the book how to take off your underwear. Okay. We could have classes like
Yes, you
improv
could have-
classes.
Yes.
Okay. We got 12 guys there. How to take off your underwear. Oops. Paramedic. He fell and broke his leg. He's caught. Oh, jeez.
It must be better than making cookies.
Cookies.
A lot of them, they just make cookies.
They make They make cookies and then they have a blowout.
Cookies or bingo.
Yeah,
Bingo.
stamped cookies, little sugar
Yes.
cookies.
All right, Helga, we have another question for you. Would you rather be a famous rapper or be a notorious mobster? Now, you can't be a notorious rapper because Biggie died a couple years,
Yeah.
30 years ago. So a famous rapper or a notorious mobster?
Well, I love everyone, so I'd have to say a rapper, because it's
Well-
just sharing music and having joy is much more fun.
So you'd say, hello, my name is Helga Handrick, and I'm here to say I love to rap in a Germanic way.
In a Germanic way, it'd be Deutsch,
Germanic
isn't it Deutsch?
If you're speaking Deutsch, yeah.
Yes. Well, it's
Ich bin Ausländer und spreche nicht gut Deutsch. I'm a foreigner. I don't speak good German. That's all I remember from German class. So,
very good,
yeah, this is 22, 23
very
years.
good.
Now you're dating yourself. Now you know how old he is.
You can't date yourself. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
I don't know. It happens.
Like
Right. I mean, this like
romantically
underwear.
date.
we find out all the time.
All the
You
time.
find out in
Yeah. I'm not going to go into that. We're not here for that stuff. If you have a blowout or a rip or a stain, I can help you. The rest, if you're dating yourself, you may need some help.
That's a different book.
That's a totally different book. I'm not involved in that.
So Schwabo, would you rather have the ability to teleport or have the ability to time travel? You can't do both, but teleport from here to wherever you want, or go back and forth throughout time.
So it's always been a running gag, a running joke with, the last few girls that I've dated, it's always been like a running gag where it's like, man, if I could teleport from here to there, then it would definitely make dating like 10 times better.
You could date 6 girls at once because you could just go from one house to another. I mean, yeah.
Right, you'd be broke the rest of your life.
Right.
So you would teleport?
Definitely. There's like no question about that.
You could get yourself out of a lot of bad situations that way.
I don't have to pay for gas for the rest of my life.
Oh, yeah. You'd save so much money.
And Andrew would be saying, beam me up, Schwabi.
Beam me up.
Schwabi.
All right, we're almost done with this part of the show, but Mr. Foamy will ask you the last question. Would you rather, this is kind of what we were just talking about, would you rather live in the past or live in the future?
I would rather live in the future because in the past they only wore leaves. Okay,
That's true.
If you ever tried to repair a leaf doesn't stain. Okay, if there's a stain on a leaf, you don't even notice because it's multicolored.
Well, what if there's a possibility that in the past, instead of the men's underwear repair kit, you got the men's loincloth repair kit or the men's leaf repair kit? I'm pretty sure Adam was probably the first one to think of that when he has to be wearing leaves.
First one to have a stain on his loincloth. And they made him get dressed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, I want to say one thing, is that I've talked about Oktoberfest and lots of drinking.
I'm sorry, I haven't asked you too much about that.
The one thing that I did want to talk about, I love everybody love and enjoy each other, but I also want responsible drinking.
Of course,
and
yes.
Uber, which is also a German word. You can use
It means over.
Yes, and get your rides. Do not drink and drive.
Yes, please don't.
And take care and make sure you take care of all of your loved ones as well when you are having a good time this fall.
Thank you, Helga. Thank you.
All right.
Uber drinking.
Yeah, and we're getting to the end of the show, and I was just going to ask you if you guys would like to promote anything. I know you're promoting your book. Shane, do you have a space online where people can see your stuff?
Well, I'm in a process of making my own YouTube page, so it's still like a work in progress over there. So as soon as I get the link, then you can find me on the social medias. I have TikTok, I got a Facebook account as well, Shane Schwab. Just pretty much look it up. You'll see my, you pretty much see this handsome glow with a guitar on stage. And for the TikTok, let me see if I can remember. Let me see if I remember how it is. I think it's Schwabo the Simple Man. I think that's what the TikTok handle is. Then again, with a memory as screwed up as mine, it could be anything.
Who sang that song, Simple Man, from the 70s?
Leonard Skinner.
Leonard Skinner, that's right.
There you go.
I was like, it's the same guys who did Freebird. Skinner.
And also, I'm also planning on a bit of a return because I was on a bit of a hiatus at the time. But Solid State Radio at solidstateradio.net. Hopefully, you'll get a chance to hear from me on the weekdays. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is usually my time slot, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday from noon to 6 as well. Once again, solidstateradio.net, your local alternative.
You had that locked in the chamber, ready to go. I love it.
Yes.
All right. Do you have anything else you'd like to promote, Helga?
Not today, other than have a good time, be responsible.
Yes.
Take care of each other, enjoy the fall weather, get a pumpkin because we're in Michigan.
Yes.
And support your local farms and
underwear.
All of that. Yes. I'm all about, I guess, underwear as well, but I believe in supporting local businesses, local families, local farms, and fall apple orchards. Fall is the best time to enjoy all of those things.
What about haunted houses?
I'm from Germany. Everything is haunted over there. So, I stay away from the haunted houses here.
All right.
So, But Airbus, I heard Airbus is pretty good.
I went there when it first opened back in like 2003, and it was back then it was huge and crazy and great. I can't imagine what it's like now. I need to go again.
Yes.
What about Eloise Asylum?
I've heard of it. Is that the one down in like Westland?
Yes.
It's like an old actual mental hospital, right?
Yeah, it was I think it was like a historical mental hospital.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing about this because one of the people that I do music with, she was involved with the cast and crew from a couple of years ago. And I've heard of it. Haunted houses, not really my thing, but I really like to go in there just to see like how bizarre you can make the horror effects be, because when it comes to horror, it does have its elements of how scary it can be. But I'm pretty sure I've seen things in this world that are a lot scarier than what I see in haunted houses nowadays. No offense to people who do haunted houses,
sure.
But I just like to see how over the top and how ridiculous you can be when it comes to the gore, when it comes to the scare factors and all of that.
Yeah.
But thinking about Eloise and thinking about Erebus, I feel like if I want to go to a place where it's like completely haunted as well as a mental asylum, something that has like that eerie background towards that.
Yeah, because
Eloise, man, I want to step foot into there and see how far I can go before I go completely insane in that place. They'll probably lock me in there for life, where I can pretty much be hanging out with Casper the Friendly Ghost and
the guys from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Exactly.
And Nurse Ratched.
And Nurse Ratched.
Yeah.
I think she was a cousin.
Well, you brought up a good point, because I'm going to set up a booth outside, because as you know, at these haunted houses, there's a lot of sharding going on.
Yeah.
It just
You can make a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm going to stand out there. I'm going to credit you for this. Okay.
Yes.
So what do I have to promote? Other than this, okay. IOUimprov.com.
You should add an addendum, like a filter.
IOU.
An IOU?
Improv. IOU, yeah. IOU a box.
I have a friend named Pat who's been running that for a while. Has he put any new stuff up on there lately?
Yeah. I mean,
right.
and actually I was over his house the other day, and I did 3 repairs because of blowouts. He decided to test some of the haunted houses out. He was at that
Eloise.
Yeah, Eloise. I hate to say the name, because it's like she who should never be named.
If you say it 9 times, Eloise will appear here in the room.
I'm
So
not
be careful.
doing that because I still want to sell these, okay? I tell people when they go in to say that 9 times because they come running out and they need my help.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
If you need help, I am here to help. This is a public service almost. I don't do it for the money. I do it for the publicity.
Right.
So,
You should
So as soon
add
as
an
your pants turn
emergency
from
filter.
Sorry.
Oh no, an emergency filter. This is a good repair kit, but you should have like a woman's sanitary thing. Maybe you have
that's our next product.
Okay, because that would be a good addendum, an emergency, like break glass and have this and just smack it on there, and then it fixes the problem in a very short term.
I'm not sure the glass and the.
But you know it. It was
there
a
you
big
go.
speech.
But he had something to say.
Well, there's your next plug right there.
What is
where
that?
As soon as you leave the haunted house, as soon as your jeans turn from blue to brown, why don't you stick that in the back of your shirt? By the time that you come out with your knees trembling and your palms sweating and all of that, you can see your guy to your right of the exit doors, and you're like, "Thank you, come again, change your underwear as soon as you come back."
You see that? He's
Thank you.
endorsing me. That was
Exactly.
very poetic.
I'm gonna cut that for a commercial too.
Blue to brown.
All right, folks, that is the end of our show. Thank you so much for watching. This has been episode 5 of the Andrew Walker Show. Once again, we have Helga Handrick, Franklin Foamy, and Shane Schwab. Thank you for watching, folks. And we have one last song for you before the credits roll from Shane. And we'll catch you next time. Goodbye. All right, folks, that was our show. Thanks for watching. Once again, we're going to have Shane Schwab, say that 10 times fast, going to perform an original song. And Shane, what's it called? And tell us a little bit about it.
So the song that I wrote is called Thinking Too Much. It's like the second original song that I've performed in under any basis. I've written it back in April or May. I can't really remember, but it's just a song that really depicts on how I overthink a whole lot of things all the time. And just pretty much put it into song, and it's just like, I got to perform this one way or another. So
Got to get it out in the world.
Yep.
Probably a very cathartic song.
Yeah, kind of.
Not very, kind of. All right, Shane, take it away, brother.
Thank you. Dry bones, they rattle in this cell. It looks like heaven, feels like hell. On my face I may look well, that's further from the truth I tell. Something describes the ebb and flows, how the ladder seems to grow. What is the matter? No one knows. I have a few and it goes. I think it's something in myself. I think it's something in my health. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm hiding all my fears. I think it's time to disappear. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm thinking too much. I wish to sleep, but yet I wake to be a light in a world gone gray. Still thinking, should I fight or flight? All this of mental suicide. My brain is stirring all night long, but does it know it's right or wrong? Never knew the will could be so strong. There goes another song. Oh, I think it's something in myself. I think it's something in my health. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm hiding all my fears. I think it's time to disappear. I think I'm thinking too much. Unanswered questions in my head. Cross out all the words I said when I'm wishing I was dead. My brain is stirring all night long, but does it know is right from wrong? I knew the world could be so strong. There goes another song. Oh, I think it's something in myself. I think it's something in my health. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm hiding all my fears. I think it's time to disappear. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm thinking too much. I think it's something in myself. I think it's something in my health. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm hiding all my fears. I think it's time to disappear. I think I'm thinking too much. I think I'm thinking too much.
Yes, great job, Shane. Great job. Thanks for coming out, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
And folks, thanks for watching the Oktoberfest of the Andrew Walker Show, the Oktoberfest episode of the Andrew Walker Show, and we'll catch you next time.
Take care, y'all.